Pak Mahmud, saya udah bisa share screen nanti kan?
Bisa, Bu, bisa. Silakan.
Udah ya?
Udah bisa.
This is the title, ma'am.
Iya. Ini lama ya.
Kahar lama kita ngantuk, ma'am.
Iya, ini loh. Dari tadi dia lama connectingnya dari tadi.
Iya,
Jelek.
berarti sinyalnya nggak bagus.
Dia di mana tinggalnya ya, Bu?
Di Muara Tara, ma'am, katanya tuh di perbatasan Jambi, Palembang.
Gitu ya.
Muara Tara, ya.
Hari Rabu itu sebenarnya jadwal kita jam berapa ya, Bu?
Hari Rabu itu sebenarnya kita jadwalnya semuanya kalau ditulis dari jadwal kampus pagi, Bu, semuanya. Saya juga nggak tahu kenapa itu pagi, tapi kayaknya kita bisa ubah sendiri sesuai dengan our convenience. Cuman
Jam berapa Ibu Uyun?
Ibu Uyun jam 1 hari Rabu, Pak Dion jam 1 hari Kamis.
Berarti
Nah, kalau
jam 11 aja mau ya? Bisa ya, Bu, ya? Hari Rabu kali ya?
Rabu jam 11, I don't have any problem, ma'am. Tapi itu si Pak Mahmud sama Ibu Linda, karena mereka kerja di sekolah kan pagi. Saya gimana itu jadwalnya?
Kalau sekarang saya bisa. Sekarang bisa.
Tidak bisa. Gimana dengan Ibu Linda? Karena kalau hari Jumat, I'm afraid that I cannot join the class because I have some schedule. Usually I have consult to my advisor on Friday after Jumat.
What about Monday and or today, ma'am? Oh, Monday is better, I think.
Let me see, yeah, on Monday. No, I mean this week. I want that two meetings. Yes, 2 meetings. Next week we'll have 2 meetings. So we have 5 meetings already, right? Because we have to finish at the beginning of the May. Because Pak Iwan want to start. I think he is not patient anymore to start the class, and then you have to discuss about the article, yeah. If I'm not mistaken, Pak Iwan is very interested in reviewing some articles in some journals, because I see from the syllabus that he has proposed to me. He has given to me that he told me that he wants to. He told me that he wants to have the after midterm test. It means that he likes to have journal review with you. So I have the theories with you, but it's okay. Okay, Pak Abdul Kahar sudah join, and I think we can start, Bu Armeida. Oh, wait, Bu Armeida. Berarti hari Minggu ini berarti Kamis aja dulu, gimana? Selasa sama Kamis, means that Kamis kita mulainya jam 11 karena Pak Dion udah mulai jam 1 ya. Is it okay, Pak Mahmud?
Okay for me.
Okay.
Okay.
Pak Kahar juga ya, is it okay, Pak Kahar? This week we'll have 2 meetings. Gimana Pak Kahar? Oke, Pak Kahar sih. Oke, so We have 2 meetings this week. Today,
Okay.
Thursday. Okay, Mahmud, don't forget to be ready with
Kudang
the.
Zoom.
Gimana? Be
Kudang
ready
Zoom.
with.
Yeah, on Zoom, Abdul Kahar.
Of course. Join. Yeah, we have the class on Zoom. Maybe Pak Iwan. With Pak Iwan, you will have offline class because he is. If I'm not mistaken, he told you that he likes to have offline class, ya. Kalau nggak salah. It's okay. Okay, Bu Armeida, you may start the presentation. Be ready the second presenter, ya, on Thursday at 11.
Oke, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Oke, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the opportunity, Ma'am Fitria. Today, I am going to review our books. Actually, this is I take this from the book that Mr. Iwan sent. In the syllabus, this is the second meeting. The title is Who are Young Learners and How is Young Learners in the Language Classroom? So this is to answer 2 questions. Who are young learners and how is young learners in the language classroom? All right. Who are young learners? According to the United Nations Convention on the Right of the Child in 1989, and I am taking this from the Cambridge website, they differentiate the age start from the early years until the young adult. So as you see here, preschooler, preschooler around 2 to 5 years old, primary school pupil 6 to 10 years, secondary school pupil 11 to 14 years, secondary school pupils 15 to 17 years, university or vocational student is 18 to 25 years. But then from that overall, United Nations says a child is defined as anyone who has not reached their 18th birthday. That means until in Indonesia, until high school, until SMA, we still consider them as a child. But of course, this is also depend on the home country. In Indonesia, you are entitled to get your license and your ID card when you are 17 years old. So I don't think 17 years old in Indonesia considered as a child. Yeah, but they are young adult. Okay. However, according to Alice, in reality, using the term to cover such a diverse age range is unhelpful. She said the distinction between pre and post 11 or 12 years old should be made. This is because of the huge differences in physical, psychological, social, emotional, conceptual, and cognitive development among children in the age groups, leading to very different approach to teaching. Yeah. The pre and post 11 or 12 label is also useful as the younger the better. Controversy concerns this younger age group. Therefore, for the purpose of this special issue, young learners are those at the pre-primary and primary level, roughly from the age of 3 up to 11 or 12 years old. Okay. Alice emphasized making this age group will help teachers to use proper pedagogical method in the classroom. So according to Alice, it is useful if we can differentiate the child age group before 11 or 12 years old and after 11 or 12 years old, before and after. Yeah, just to get a better approach in teaching them. Children as language learners. The importance of age-appropriate teaching has come to the fore. Teachers need a strong understanding of children's social and cognitive development, as well as good understanding of theories of second language acquisition in order to teach effectively. A child of 3 will be very different from a child of 5 or 7, and classroom approaches that are suitable for the latter will not be so for the former. So in the classroom, to teach children at 3 years old and 4 years old is a different, even though they are considered as young learners. Environment. This is interesting when I read this book. Why not EFL environment? While much of the research focuses on formal learning environments, we should not ignore the opportunities children have, even in what it is traditionally called the EFL environment, English First Language environment, to use English outside the classroom. Sayer and Ban show how children in Mexico access English through popular culture, engaging with the language in order to listen, watch, and play. Butler, Somaya, and Fukuhara also show how children engage with online games outside the classroom and identify the features that are attractive to children of different ages. What is exciting about these two studies is that they extend the traditional boundaries of research on young learners to engage with the realities of children learning English in the 21st century. So environment, most of us thinking environment is in the classroom environment, then we how we engage with the children in English class. But actually we can try with English first language environment. So it is not only inside the classroom, but also outside the classroom. There is a little difference between only environment and English first language environment. Apart from understanding the knowledge and the age, and the pedagogical policy plays a big role too for these young learners. One consequence of early language learning policy is the shortage of primary school teachers with an English specialism. As a result, homeroom teachers who may only speak limited English are often required to take English lessons. Alternatively, English teacher from higher levels, such as secondary school, or native English teacher who often work peripatetically have been employed.
Kalau dulu saya istilahnya.
Who 2007 gave an example that describes how the Chinese government has attempted to address the shortage by recommending the following measure. This is in China. Okay, number 1, primary school teachers of other subjects who had some English background should be trained to teach English. English teachers should teach across a number of schools. Retired English teachers from both primary and secondary schools should be employed. Class advisors or teachers of other subjects should be used to organize students for activities such as watching English videos or listening to cassettes, or maybe CDs at the moment. Maybe this is quite old cassettes. Okay. And then what will happen in the future? What is the future direction of young learners classroom? First, the benefit of drawback of children learning English need to be more considered. Sebentar, ma'am, this is annoying. I mean, the picture. Okay, I will move it down. First, the benefits and drawbacks of children learning English need to be more fully considered and explored. Children might gain more benefit from, for example, extra literacy work rather than language learning. Extra literacy work as simple as reading a very simple book in English, rather than only learning language in the classroom or as formal. Second, we know too little about effective pedagogies for teaching young learners, particularly in the classroom. The belief drawn from bilingual or immersion context that children are like sponge and will soak up English is not tenable when transferred to contexts where children have very limited input, and this input is in large group setting. What does it mean? Actually, children is very easy for them to absorb all this knowledge, but the problem, they don't have opportunity to get exposure from surrounding. So there is a limited input. When it is limited input, that means what they can absorb is also limited. And also usually in English classes, they have a big class, maybe more than 20 students in one class. So it is a large group setting. While in some contexts, pedagogy seems to comprise games and songs. In others, children are expected to sit for long periods or time doing comprehension type activity and grammar exercise. Yet, as we can see from the articles in this special issue, other approaches do exist, and these need to be examined for context-specific effectiveness. Yeah, this is a very common, especially in our country, that kids need to be sit down for a long period to learn, and learning English in particular. Rather than make the class fun, like playing games or sing a song and others. Okay, the third area that merits exploration is technology, especially how this is used or can be used outside the classroom to access English. Yeah, using
Bu
technology.
Armeida, sorry Bu Armeida.
Saya, Bu?
We cannot read the PowerPoint. Maybe you may send it, upload it in group.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm sorry. Oh,
It
nobody
doesn't
said
move.
that. Nobody said that. Sorry.
Yes.
It's only
Actually,
the
Pak
title.
Mahmud have reminded you.
Oh.
Actually, Pak Mahmud have reminded you.
Okay. Yeah, I will send this.
No.
I will send this to our group, ma'am.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Mahmud, you said say it to me. I didn't read it. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, yes, I joined the Zoom with my friend's laptop because my mobile phone is running out battery.
Yeah, no problem,
Okay, go on, Bu Armeida.
Yes. So the third area that merits exploration is technology, especially how it is used or can be used outside the classroom to access English. It is clear that there are insufficient hours in most schools' curricula to provide a strong foundation in English language. It is also clear that children access English outside the classroom through a varied media. These two realities should lead to research projects to explore language learning outside the classroom and how this can be made more effective. So this is my reference, but maybe I can show you this one, ma'am. This is the thing that I think it is important. Yeah, the future direction, as I read before, there are three things here: the literacy work rather than language learning. Second, effective pedagogies of teaching young learners according to their age. And then the input they have to be to explore to English in order to have as much as input that they have. Okay, and then the third one that I just showed you just now. And this one I get from Copland F. and Garton, the themes of future direction in teaching English to young learners. We have this from RPP, yeah, Mahmud and Kahar. I got it from the list. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. That is my presentation today.
Okay, Ibu, thank you very much for your presentation. Maybe our friend Pak Mahmud or Pak Kahar, you may you may ask the questions or something to be discussed to us. It's about what's the title? I forget. Did you send Bu the PowerPoint?
Okay. I will send to our group, yeah, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay.
Teaching it. Who are young learners and who is young learners in the language
And
course?
environment.
Monggo Pak Mahmud.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Bu.
How? Ya.
From siapa itu? Kahar, would you please?
Oke, Pak Mahmud, silakan Pak Mahmud.
But would you please
You first.
rotate your screen? Rotation, because we see that you are like.
No.
You are like. I think you are like sitting on the wall. Okay, Bu Armeida.
Yeah.
Like a lizard.
Thank you very much for your presentations. I can get some points from your explanation. Here, I have several questions. Only I ask you only to the first to only to repeat, or is it to explain again the groups of young learners based on the age, yeah, because I didn't see your screen.
Oh yeah, sorry.
And the second one is I'm really interested in your explanations about a child in their 3 years old. Yeah, in this age they are very unique. I have my son. Yeah, he can imitate any language. Yeah, he likes watching video game, and he can imitate. I say some, what is it? Some words from the internet or from YouTube. Okay, can we teach what is it? A foreign language to the children in this age? Thank you.
Okay, this is the slide that you want, Pak Mahmud. Hold on.
Yes.
Yeah, can you see it clearly? Yeah, this is from British Council website, but this is from United Nations Convention on Rights of the Child in 1989. Then about the second question, I can combine my answer from our second language acquisition last semester with Pak Dion, and also from the book that I just read and then make the presentation for 3 years. Yeah, that's why here they said the earlier the better, right? But how early? Okay, how early? I was looking for the same answer, Pak Mahmud. How early is for us to teach the young learners? But then because there is no explicit answer in that book, or maybe I have to read again. But I think early mean preschooler. Yeah, so 3 years old is fine. And they also say young learners is like a sponge, that they can absorb everything. So no wonder your son can imitate a lot of word from the games. And if you also can notice the difference between our time, like in 90s, yeah, or early 20s, and the kids now, their pronunciation is much better, you see, in English, because they watch English movie and they watch YouTube, they play games. So the pronunciation, that is very obvious. The pronunciation is much better than the old kid, you know, like our time. So yes, but again, this is also mentioned, you don't have to teach in the classroom, you know, you can teach outside the classroom. For example, reading the dog is white, just like that. So that is the way to teach. So it has to be together, the language and also the pedagogy according to their age. Yeah, I think that's it. That's what I can answer you. But maybe Ma'am Fitri can explain more for us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Ibu Armeida, actually this is for British Council. More British Council means that the terminology is for what we call that. The terminology is for is from what we get British English, yeah. It will be different with American English, as I know that the young learners at the preschooler 2 until 5, it is called by very young learners. And so on and so on. It is very young learners. Mungkin bisa lanjutkan dulu, nanti kita lanjutkan lagi. Tadi saya mumpung ingat, before I forget about it, mungkin bisa dilanjutkan. Tadi Pak Mahmud mau menambahkan, silakan Pak.
No, enough.
Oke, dulu mungkin ada next questions.
It's gone.
Keluar ya Pak Kaharnya nih?
Iya, mendadak Bu, mungkin itunya.
Sinyal biasanya.
Oke.
Sinyalnya lagi, ya.
Nah, masuk lagi dia.
Pak Kahar.
Sinyal, Pak, sinyal.
Kahar, do you have any question for me or any comment, please?
Yeah. Karma, do you hear my voice? Is it
Yes,
clear?
I can. Yes,
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's
it
okay.
is now.
Actually, I want to ask about the title is Teaching English to Young Learners, yeah, Karmi. So actually, I'm not too focused because right now I'm so sorry. I still doing my job, Mom. So I only look from teaching English the young learners. I mean, the big title. So I just want to sharing, Karmi.
Yes, please.
So which method is better? Depend on Karmi, because as we hear, there is a right brain and left brain. Ada metode mengenai. So speaking materials, which method is better?
For young learners, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So you ask for my personal opinion, so I can answer this
Yeah.
freely. Yes.
Yeah. It can be divided become two files. The first time in a school and the second in a course. It's a little bit different.
School and course.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. One thing that I agree for this that I agree and I have noticed and I have witnesses that is English first language environment is very helpful, whether it is in school or in the course. You see, so because I am also teaching young learners in my course, and when I was teaching in formal school, I also a homeroom itu wali kelas, a homeroom teacher for grade 1 and grade 2 until grade 3, yeah, different year. So we apply English first language environment in that school. So every kids in that school can speak English very fluently, but maybe not accurate. Yeah, but they can communicate, they can understand you, they can reply what you ask in their way, but very fluent. So if it is depend, Kahar, what do you want? If you want the kids to be confident and then to be comfortable with English, I think informal is better. Through reading, through writing, through speaking, just not just don't do like a textbook kind of thing. But when they are ready for that, when they think English is not difficult, then we can fix the grammar, the accuracy. That is my opinion. Yeah. Yes, I think that is the thing, Kahar.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
okay. That's okay.
Yeah, at school also we have the book for English, right? Usually they use it. They use it, but when it is like the terminology, or this is present tense, they don't know it is present tense, but they use it. So which one the more important for the kids and for the teacher? They know it is present continuous, present tense, or they can use it without knowing the terminology. Yeah, so again, the priority. Okay. Anything else, Kahar? I think that is my answer.
Yeah, it's okay. That's enough. Thank you, Karme. Maybe Pak
Most
Mahmud
welcome.
can adding, because Pak Mahmud is a genius student. Come on, Pak Mahmud.
He is.
Not now. Thank you.
No, nothing. Yeah, it's okay. Thank you, Karme.
You are welcome.
That's enough. I think.
That's clear enough. But let me continue what I have told before. Yeah, what Pak Mahmud asked about the terminology, the correct terminology for the young learners. Actually, in this one. Thank you very much, Ibu Armeida, preschool, primary school pupils, secondary school pupils. Thank you very much. But if it is called in America, students only divided. Sorry. Children students only their age, very young learners and young learners. If they are under 7 years old, it is called very young learners, and then if they are more than 7 years old, they called young learners. There are similarities and differences between both of them, where in in young learners, maybe Bu Armeida yang udah lebih ini ya Bu ya, very young learners sudah sering berhadapan Bu dengan yang very young learners. Okay. Usually for very young learners, they only focus in doing something 10 to 15 minutes to learn about something. But for young learners, they will have more time to have attention. Is it true, Bu Armeida? Because I don't have so many experience in teaching very young learners. When I was at the hampir habis ya Pak Mahmud ya. When I was in fresh graduate students, I taught in very young learners, and as my experience, it's only about 5 to 10 minutes. Then an article that I have read before. If we call that young learners, what we call
focus span.
yes, very young learners only have gimana? Fokusnya itu doing something itu cuma 10 sampai 15 menit, sementara kalau young learners itu dari 7 to 12 ya. 7 to 12 years old, we call it young learners, and then after that we call it teenagers, and then after that we call it adult learners. It is very very different in their treatment between very young learners and young learners. Atau mungkin maybe Bapak Ibu ada yang sudah pernah mengajar young learners? Pak Mahmud ini mengajarnya di mana ya Pak Mahmud?
SMA, Bu. SMA.
Oh, SMA enggak juga berarti.
Iya.
Pak Kahar di mana?
Pesantren ya tuh ya.
Jadi pesantren Ibu, ya.
Kalau Ibu Armeida, saya tahu Ibu punya kursus kemarin kan?
Iya. And average my student is around 12 to 15 years old.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you don't have so many experiences.
I do have
You
many
have?
because before I opened my own course, I was teaching in primary school, grade 1 until grade 4, so around 7 to 9 years old. Yeah.
Okay, so it is very nice actually in teaching very young learners, but yeah, it depends on the person who likes dealing with the very young learners or only young learners. Yeah. Okay. Is there any questions to Ibu Armeida, Bapak Ibu?